Welcome everybody. Welcome to today's course, which is a gel polish and basic nail art application course. Before we go into any of the details, I just need to go through some housekeeping with you. If there's an emergency and we need to leave the building, you go through the double doors out into the side car park. If you need refreshments or a comfort break, it's through the door and through the corridor along the way. So that's housekeeping that we need. And now just a little bit about me. My name's Lenore, I'm your educator for today. So I've been a nail tech for 15 years and I specialise in gel nails and nail art. So I am now branching out into education to share my knowledge and skills with the new generation of nail tech. That's me. Nice. So today's course, you're going to be learning how to apply gel polish from base coat, the colour and top coat, and then I'm going to be showing you how to do a simple fine design. So this is what you're going to be learning how to do today. Okay. So on your desks in front of you, you have each got a pair of gloves. I always wear them, but it's entirely up to you. If you would rather not, you don't have to. You've got a pink nail file buffer. You've got a thin lining brush. Your tip that you're going to be working on. Some wipes, and you've each got a base coat and your chosen gel polish colour. Now in the middle are some things that you're going to be sharing. So the cleanser are in the two bottles, the blue and the purple. They're both exactly the same, just a different colour. You've got your two top coats, there's a matte one and a shiny one. So we'll go into that more when we get to it. And dotting tools that are in different sizes. So you can choose what size of dotting tool you want. You have got some paper and pen in case you would like to make any notes, and you've all chosen the digital step by step which you've got on your phone, so if you need to refer to it, you can. Okay, so does anybody have any questions at this point? No? Okay, right, then we shall begin. So I'm going to start off showing you how to apply the gel polish. Ooh. So, got my gloves on.
Do you wear gloves for hygienic reasons or to protect your hands, or?
The main reason I wear gloves is to protect my hands, because even though you work as cleanly as possible, when you're working with gel, it's sticky.
Yeah.
And you will, without doubt, get a little bit on your skin. And having gel on your skin repeatedly is not great. So it's to protect my hands from overexposure to the product. So yeah. So I'm going to start with your tip and your buffer file. You're going to just gently go over the whole surface of the tip, and you'll see that it goes from sort of clear shiny to kind of matte. And the reason we're doing this is we want a good surface for the gel polish to stick to. Okay, it doesn't stick to a shiny surface, it will just sort of peel off. So we're then going to take a wipe and just wipe over to make sure we've got rid of any dust. And we'll just let that dry, and you'll see the matte coming back. You can see that it's now got a matte finish. So first thing is our base coat. The base coat is like double-sided sticky tape. So it sticks to the nail, but then it's got a sticky top layer to hold on to the colour. So we're going to wipe the excess off, and you are just going to go over the whole nail. Now, when you do this on an actual client, you need to cap the free edge. And this just takes the polish and we do it with all 3 layers, the base, the colour and the top coat, and you take it so it goes over the edge and it holds it on, because it can shrink back and that's when it can peel off. So, happy with that. It's going to go into the lamp to cure. It's going to cure for 60 seconds and then we'll be ready to do the colour. Does anybody have any questions at this point? No. Happy with that. Lovely. So, your colour, I recommend giving it a good shake before you use it, just to make sure that the pigments are all mixed well together and even. And yeah, so we're going to do 2 coats of the colour. That's well mixed. Now this lamp, it will come on automatically. For you guys, you've got the mini lamps, so you'll just need to press the button on top. When you're using the lamp, just make sure there is nothing that is gel in front of the UV. So, for example, if when you're doing your art, if you've got a brush with the colour on and it's in front of the lamp, the colour will cure onto your brush, and then you will need to throw your brush away. So, right, okay, so we're ready to paint with our colour. So I've given it a really good shake. Once again, you're just going to spiral it to take the excess off. It can collect on the sort of stem of the brush, so just keep a watchful eye, because you can sometimes get a big dollop of colour. So you're just going to paint the colour on over the entire surface. Once again, you will cap the free edge, and on a sort of real life client, not just a nail tip, you don't want to flood the cuticle area, so you go up close but without touching. So we've got even coverage, and then this light has got a sensor that turns it off as well as turns it on. So we'll do 2 coats, and that gives us a good depth of colour and coverage. So yes, everything okay so far?
Yep. Yeah, I imagine it's a lot easier doing these tips, like you say, than a real nail where you've got edges to go against.
Yeah, because if you get it too close to the skin and it ends up, I mean, if you've ever painted your own nails with normal nail polish, you know what it's like.
Oh yeah, it goes everywhere, but in every crease.
Yeah, so it can, if you want it to get close to the cuticle edge, but you don't want it to touch, because if it touches, it will sort of lift away, and that's when you get problems with the colour lifting off.
I remember reading years ago, do you tend to do like 3 strokes, 1 left, right, middle? Is that a kind of go-to?
Yeah, a lot of people do sort of, you've got your 3 point, your 5 point,
Right, yeah.
there's all different methods, but it depends on the product itself. Some have a more fluid texture, some are thicker.
I suppose the person's nails, everyone's nails are so much different sizes as well.
Yeah, and even down to the brushes in the polish, they've all got their own design of brush. Some are flatter and wider and with a rounded top. So
Does it help with having your little finger again? I've noticed you, when you're doing it, you've got your little finger
yeah,
like,
it's sort of like,
guides you. Does that possible?
Do we have to do a certain amount of layers and put it onto there?
it's got to have, you're going to do 2 colour layers just because you want a good depth of colour. Some colours you'll find you only need to do one, but most time if you work on, you're going to need to do two. But if you're lucky, if you can get it, if it goes in one, some colours are more pigmented, so it does just cover much easier, and other colours are not, and they need two, sometimes even three coats. Quite often the really, really pale colours can need three coats because you can get that streaky look, which isn't,
Not what you're going for.
it's not a good look, no. Nobody is going to be happy with that as your end result really, so, right. So we've got two coats now, so we've got really nice, good depth of colour, good coverage, and I'm going to go over with the matte top coat. I would always recommend using matte as your top coat when you're doing any kind of nail art, because it gives a really good base for doing your art onto. So just like the base coat and the colour coats, you're going all over and you're going to cap the free edge. And that's it, so that will go, oh, it's actually stayed on. That'll go in. So your matte top coat gives you a finish that is kind of velvet-like. So when you're painting, it makes it really a lot easier. The shiny top coats, your brush and things can end up slipping and sliding because it's shiny. So this is always my preferred top coat. And we'll just wait for that.
I'm assuming once that's cured, and then when you're going nail art, if you make a mistake, you can just use normal, you can wipe off at that point back to this top.
Yeah, yeah. So if you make a mistake, you're fine, you know. And it's always an idea as you're doing your art to do it in sections, particularly like to begin with, because then if you do one bit and then cure it, once you're happy with it, then you can do another bit and you're fine. So I'm just waiting a few seconds to wipe because it just finishes curing when it comes out the lamp, and then we go over. So it looks shiny when it first comes out, but once you wipe over, you can see
I quite like that as well.
it's a nice finish. So that is what you are going to now do. So do you have any questions about what you're going to do? You feel happy with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've each got your tips. Like I say, it's up to you. If you want to wear gloves, you can wear gloves, but you don't have to. And yeah,
These same on both sides, isn't it?
yeah, same both sides, and it's just gently taking the shine off. There are small gloves to do. I like them nice and tight.
I like to be able to feel your fingers still.
Yeah, I don't like loose baggy gloves because
Otherwise it defeats the object, doesn't it?
yeah, exactly. So
You're good?
They might be too big for your hands, Anne.
Maybe.
I'll let that go on to
I'm doing no.
You've got your nail caught on that side.
they're kind of, there you go, it's getting oop. It's that one, isn't it? See, if you sometimes I put my finger just under there, my thumb, and just sort of pull it down a bit. I think it's this finger here that's the problem. It
That's
doesn't.
why I hate gloves.
There you go, that should be a bit better. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to work with one glove?
Yeah.
So just till you've got it all matte, is that right? The buffer?
Yep, no, that's ideal. Ideal. So you can just use your wipe to wipe over. How's it looking? Cool. Yeah, that's good. So once you've got your mat, once you've buffed off the shine, you can do your base. So, yep, that's the one. How's it going?
Is this?
Yeah, perfect. Exactly what you need. That one as well, so you choose. It always squirts.
It's weird to do it now, facing towards you, isn't it?
I know. I know. So,
And then
yeah,
you sort of
just, yeah, it's sort of like that end. It can be sort of slightly difficult when you're working on perfectly clear nails because
Yeah,
normally
you
you
almost see a
see
real
better on your real nail.
and then
So-
pop that in.
Yeah, so pop that under there and just press your button on top and that's it.
So
So,
that thing that's coming on.
yeah, so just
button there.
button that's green at the back,
Okay.
it will, there you go.
Very girly day for me compared to the boys.
Okay, that in there. I'll bring this lamp a bit closer for you.
Thank you.
Move that out of the way. Oop. And there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, good to go. So, after your base coat is your colour coat. So, like I say, you might want to give them a really good shake just to make sure they are mixed, because they can separate.
How do you know if they have separated?
You when you open it up, you'll be able to see that sometimes there's almost like a watery kind of bit first. It's such a nice colour.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
This is so Barbie.
I think we like pink.
Let's go pink now.
You always go pink, I always go blues and teals, don't I?
Does it stop once it's been 60
Yeah,
seconds?
there you go.
Couldn't get it.
You can move the lamp to play in a position where it's comfortable for you. I'll pop these bits here so you see them not in the way.
Thank you.
I'm going to draw that a bit closer.
Yes, please.
There you go. That's it. Oh, that one, yeah.
I think I might have wiped it off a bit too much.
Yeah. Go on with a light pressure. Yeah, so just pop a bit more on your brush. You might have wiped too much off your brush. Yeah, and then go with, yeah, that's fine.
Like that, and then
Yeah,
shape it.
That's fine. Yeah, you can pop it in. You put that out the way of the light and then pop it in. And that's it. There we go. See, they often shine up a completely different colour to what they look like in. Oh no, these ones are all.
Oh, look at mine. Mine's like a luminous
I
pink.
see.
It's a luminous pink.
It's,
It's
yeah,
like glow in the
it
dark.
goes luminous. Sometimes the greens actually in the light go pink,
Yeah.
but
That was
Mine
got a
looks
nice
kind of
bluey.
luminous. Or like wanty,
yeah, yours is almost like neon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That'd be quite good in a nightclub. When they've got the special lights out.
Yeah, I mean, that is quite a sort of vibrant green anyway, even without the UV light, but
Yeah, that is a nice colour set.
So baby.
Oh, that's so nice.
You never thought that 60 seconds took so
No,
long
it
to
doesn't,
waiting for a
does it?
light to
Yeah.
go off.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's not bad for one coat, is it?
No,
I feel
But
like mine
top
might
bit's
need
gold
grey.
plate.
yeah, it does need a second one, and yeah. So just go with a light pressure. That's it. And you can go over, you don't have to do sort of it in 3 strokes. You can go, and if you feel you need to add more colour to your brush, do it until you're happy with.
Is that good
Yeah.
or does it need
I
more
pop a
on the
bit
end?
more down on the end. Fine. There we go. And pop it in. Okay. Now this one coming on. Yep, no, I think that looks, it's a really
That's
lovely
really
colour.
nice.
It's funny how they always come out. You do it and then you're like, actually, I really like that. You're never quite sure.
And quite often, the dark colours, you think you'll be able to do it in one coat, but the dark colours, even like black, you put one coat on, and it can often be really quite transparent.
Yeah.
So it will.
Shows up more sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
So
was very
forgiving.
often. It's like the two ends of the spectrum. The really dark and the really pale ones will more often than not need 2 coats, and sometimes, like I say, 3. So you're on top coat there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You're going to progress now, aren't you?
Do this quickly so we can share.
Do I need 3 kits or is that fine?
How do you feel about it? Do you want to add a 3rd coat or? Yep, go ahead then. Yeah, they can be very deceptive.
It's surprising how much once you've cured it, how
Yeah,
Yeah, then it looks deeper, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
More depth to it.
is that okay?
yep, I think that looks great. So,
So then the top coat. Does it matter which one that goes the same?
I'd go with the matte one if I were you
Yeah.
for the nail art bit. What you can do is, afterwards, if you decide you want it all to be shiny,
You can bring it
You
back
can
to the
put your shiny top coat over all of it.
I was going to say, because not all your nails are matte, are they? So yeah,
No.
you can finish it off like that if you want to.
but it can be nice having the contrast of textures as well. So you've got some nails are matte and some nails are shiny,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it can make
Yes.
the colour, even though you've got the same colour on all of them, having the 2 different textures
Yeah.
adds a little something else extra. So, right.
That looks nice.
So you cleaned it now at this
Yeah.
point, didn't you?
So
Let it
wipe
dry
over,
a bit.
yeah. So
Just
use that
using-
one there.
And then the matte really comes out.
Yeah. So when it first comes out the lamp with the matte coat on, it will look shiny. There we go.
Very nice.
Right, so nail coat, there's your top coat.
So wipe it over next when it's out of there.
Yep.
Be safe. Come on. Oh, concentrate really.
The concentration levels.
I'm not expecting to do this today.
That takes it back to like a.
And it gives the colour quite a different look as well to how
That's amazing. It's beautiful.
it's really nice.
That's
I
nice.
guess.
It's a great colour. 60 seconds waiting for the lamp to finish.
Yeah.
It's when you're working on a client, it's different because obviously you're not doing one nail at a time. You're doing a whole hand, so you're not sat around.
No, you're waiting for someone to.
Thinking.
Yeah. And remember, like, did I put that one in? Did I not put that one in?
Yeah.
Do you still have to put in for 60 seconds even if you're doing a full hand?
Yeah, so what you would normally do when you're doing full hand, you will do all the base coats together and the whole hand goes in, and then you do the same, you do all the colour, so you do all 5 at a time. How does that one look, Matt?
Good.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Matt makes them look so different, really quite cool. It's
Mm.
quite a funky look. So, this is going to be palette here. You've got your pink palette there, and what you're going to do now is the design. So you're going to choose whether you're doing a white vine or black. I'm doing black. So again, I'm going to give the black polish a really good shake, and then you're just going to put a little dollop on your palette and you're going to work from that. So with your thin lining brush, so we've got our base, you're going to just pull your brush through like that, because what you don't want to do is at this point you don't want to have a dollop at the end of your brush, because otherwise your line's going to be really thick and clunky. So I've got, you can see there like that, I've got a dollop at, well, part way down. So if you just pull it through, so the colour is along the length of your brush, and it's entirely up to you where you put your vines. So you can have them coming down, you can have them coming up like I've got on this one. I think I'm going to come down on this one. Stop it again. So you start at the corner edge and you just pull it down like that. Now, what you can do at this point, you can put it in. If you're happy with that, you can pop it in your light, even just for 10 seconds, okay? And that will keep it in place.
Yep.
All right. Then you're going to take a dotting tool. Now you've got different sizes. You've got these. I've got quite a big dot ball at the end, and then you've got those two are the same. They're quite small. And there you go. So I'm going to go from mid-size. You're going to put pick up some colour on your dotting tool, and you're going to just dot, not too close together, and go a long line. Now, I had enough colour on my dotting tool to be able to go along without having to reload, and it's meant that the dot has gradually got a little bit smaller as you go up. So I'm going to take some more, and I'm going to go on the other side, see if I can be lucky this time as well. Yeah. So I've got my dots either side. Now, I'm just going to wipe off the gel from my dotting tool. Go back to my brush. I'm going to put a little bit of colour back on the brush, and on each of those dots I'm going to sit it in the dot and just pull it up.
Okay.
So you're creating a teardrop shape. So you just pull it until you're happy.
I've seen people use similar techniques to hearts, don't they? Two
Yeah.
dots and you pull down into a point.
Yeah, it's exactly the same kind of thing. It's amazing what you can do with a dotting tool and a lining brush. So
Understudy hand.
steady hand does help as well, yeah.
And the direction of the nail doesn't.
It's whichever way you want to do it. Now obviously,
Oh, yeah,
When you've got a client, you've got, I suppose.
yeah, so you can turn the hand, when you're working on a real hand, you can turn their hand so that it's in a position that is comfortable for you and for them. It's got a little bit of a funny shape, and that one's just a bit too small, so I'll go in again. So that
That's nice.
Yeah.
is your first
Amazing.
line of, so I'm going to pop that in again just for about 10 seconds to hold, to sort of like it will freeze it and stop it moving. And then I'm going to add some more. So that's the main one. I'm going to then add a smaller second one. And I'm going to be brave this time, and I'm not going to cure that line. I'm going to live dangerously. I'm going with my dots. So clean that off. And then again, I'm going to load my brush a little bit, pull them out into the teardrops. So this is a really, really simple design, but it can look really effective.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's so nice.
Again, I'm going to cure that just to freeze it into position. And just add another one coming through the middle. I'm just going to add dots up at the top part here. Like that. And then we pull it into our teardrop. Oops. Now, if you do make little mistakes, you can wipe it away, or sometimes you can just kind of make it work. So that
Really
That's so
nice.
nice.
Really
is
effective.
right. So now it's going to go in and it's going to cure properly. Once you've finished with your brushes, just wipe them with your wipe that you've got there, and then also clean off the palette and go in the middle there, the used ones. So this is going to cure for 60 seconds under the light, under the UV, and then at that point you can decide whether you want to leave it matte with the shiny vine, or what I'll do is I'll do this with a shiny top coat, so then you can see how the two look,
Yeah.
because this one I've kept matte.
Yeah.
Can you choose to do no top coat at this point? So you've
Yeah.
got, so it's
As
part
long-
matte, part shiny.
Yeah, as long as you've top coated the gel polish bit,
Yeah.
you're fine. You can leave it as it is. So shiny top coat, and you can just go straight in and go over. Like that. So we will cure that again. Thank you. Sometimes when you're doing a design that's quite detailed and intricate, it's better not top coating with a shiny top coat, because the shiny top coat has a softening effect as well. So it's great if you're doing anything like ombres, because it will help soften and help with the ombre process. But if you've got things where you want sharp, defined lines, the shiny top coat can soften it and blur it, so it's not quite as precise and defined as it would be.
Can't decide what way I'm going to do my line.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Because that one's up the other way around.
Yeah, well, when this one comes out, you'll be able to see how it looks
Yeah.
coming from the bottom and cascading from the top. So you might be able to think of a different way.
I'm not to my eyes blur. I'm already looking at that nail going,
So, again, when you take out the nail with the top coat, you want to give it a moment because it is still curing. And if you wipe it as soon as it comes out of the lamp, it's like it's hot, and it kind of dulls the shine a little bit. So you want it to be, if you're going shiny, you want it to be nice and shiny. So
That's lovely.
there we go. So you can see,
different.
take it off there, put it on my hand, so you can see the difference.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the matte one is like 3D and then the
Yeah.
shiny one
Yeah, it
is.
does, yeah.
Yeah. So it gives it a completely different look by adding the shiny top coat to it. But you can kind of see what I mean about it sort of softened it a little bit, hasn't it? But having the contrast of the shiny sound against the matte background can give a really good effect.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready to do your vines?
Yeah.
Right. So, who's going for white vine and who's going for black?
I'm white.
You're white?
Yeah, I think I'll do white as well.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to put a couple of dollops of white on there, are you going with black?
Yeah.
So you can use, I'll pop that over there because it's close to you. That's it.
Perfect.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that should be fine. You can always add more if you want it. So, which way are you going to go from? So you can see, obviously that one's coming up from the bottom and along the side, and that one's trailing down. It's a bit like wisteria.
I was going to say
Yeah.
it's like wisteria.
I think I'm going to be down. But if you've
Yeah.
gone so from there down to the middle, from that
Imagine-
corner there. to
Yeah, I
the-
mean, I often find that if you go from like an off centre,
Yeah.
it gives it a nicer look.
A bit more of a, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Oh, yeah, cool.
I'd probably just draw the line through.
Remember what she said about this?
Yeah, so if you just sort of pull it through, that's it, so that you're coating the brushes all the way along.
Yeah,
Okay, does that feel better?
yeah.
And do you want it on like all sides of the...
Yeah, you can do.
Exactly so much. Let's do this.
That's ideal. Because you want it to kind of taper out anyway, so you sort of don't want it thick all the way along. So if you're happy with it, you can pop it under the lamp for 10 seconds. Just make sure you don't have your brush near the light. And then you can pop it on, and then just when you're ready, just turn it off. Just sort of do it for a few seconds, and it just fixes it in position. So then you can do the dots and everything.
Mine was tapering out, so then I've gone back and gone like that and then made it look rubbish.
Well, if you're not happy with it, wipe it off.
Okay. Just
So-
with this?
Yeah.
I don't think I was using enough and then it was tapering out really
Happy?
quickly.
Hasn't
You
I?
happy? Well, you need
yeah,
the
I need the dot.
which one?
Which size do you want?
The medium.
The medium one is that one. What about you?
Yeah, I don't mind. It's all clean with the... Thank you.
Okay.
And then we're just going both sides of the line, aren't they?
Yeah, so start with one side.
Yeah.
And if you start at the base and then go down, like I say, it
Nice.
worked perfectly the first time I did it, and I had enough product on the brush to get all the way down. It doesn't always work that way, so
Yeah.
sometimes you'll need to go back in again.
Okay.
So
Can
yeah,
I just use this to lift it up?
yeah.
Because I messed up.
Have you need it on there? And what have you done?
I've slipped it there.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So when you do your dots, just you sort of almost, because you've got the dot and you've got the product on the dot, you're almost just letting the product
Okay.
touch, so you don't need to press hard.
Okay.
Does it need to, is that close enough to the line?
Yeah. That's great. Cool. Have you got your that on there?
And does it need to be like right next to it on the other side, or so?
You can stagger them.
Stagger them.
Yeah, you can either have them, you know, the same, or you can stagger them. It's your choice.
Concentration is immense.
I'm going cross-eyed.
Breathe, Sarah, breathe.
Sometimes I do have to. Hold on. You've got to pull them out before you cure it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
So it's only the line.
Yeah, of course.
Have you
yeah,
put your dots
yeah.
in? That's okay. So you can still work that. So pop your brush once you've got all your dots done that you want to do.
Yeah.
Pop your brush in your colour.
I've done it.
You have to look away a moment. Sometimes it does make your eyes go funny. Get your lining brush.
Yeah.
Pop it in the colour. And just sort of, you should be able to make them teardrops. You might not be able to pull that colour in out,
Yeah.
but
And I'm going like this.
yeah. I mean, do you want the shorter brush to do that? Will it help you?
Yeah.
You can try it.
I think I've done it.
Yep, that's cool. See, with this design as well, you can even make it look so that it almost looks like a bunch of flowers hanging, like your wisteria
I'm
kind.
just going cross-eyed. I literally can't see what I'm doing. I've got a new prescription for my glasses, which I need more prescription, but as I couldn't afford to get them. Mine's rubbish. I can't.
No, it's not. It's good.
You just can't see
I
to
can't
tell if
see,
it's.
literally.
Why am I going cross-eyed?
Can you imagine how it is when I'm doing
So if your
It's
eye,
when I've
you
got
notice
lots
your
of-
eyesight over the years getting hard, is it got harder, or do you?
I think sometimes it depends if I'm doing really, like, if I'm doing a lot of lines,
Yeah,
the lines
you start
are
blurring.
what does
yeah.
it for me.
My eyes are starting to water.
Yeah.
What you got to do is sort of like just look away, blink a few times, then come back to it. So I'm walking around with glasses that I only need for close work, so that's not
Yeah,
helping
because
me.
it quick, doesn't it? Because it's only in there for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it does. As soon as it hits the UV, it
Yeah.
will start curing.
So that might have messed up my little teardrop for a long while.
That's fine, you can still make it work.
Yeah.
So when you do your next vine, you'll know,
Yeah, it'll make
don't
it.
cure the dots.
Yeah.
Is that
Yep, that looks great. Pop it in.
only for 10 seconds? Right?
You can, yeah, it doesn't matter because you're going to do some more either side of them now, yeah?
Yeah.
The concentration.
Yeah.
It's intense.
I haven't got any nail polish on my gloves until just now while doing the nail because I have to get close to
Yes.
because I put my hand close to the brush.
The nail art is often where it can get a bit messy.
Right.
Right. You ready to?
Vine number 2.
Can I see that? That's so
well done.
nice.
Cool. But yeah, you can turn these sort of like from vine leaves to, they can actually look more like flowers that are hanging down like your wisteria flowers. So you can almost make them, the teardrops, you can make them, even keep them just round and add other colours in there to it.
Fine. Not quite a little standard.
I've been doing it a long time.
Where Jordan gets it from. I kind of just plod on. That's my boy.
It's quite, the white's probably, it's almost more noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's try again on this side.
Yeah, just do a sort of small one. Yeah, like that. That's absolutely fine. How's it going?
Good.
Cool. Looking good. Looks nice. Looks good. On the top, near lettuce.
Yeah.
I think you might have given us a new,
New career path.
It's really easy to work with once you like.
Yeah, when
have a
it's,
bit more.
as long as you haven't cured it first.
Yeah, that definitely was a
Does
game
help,
changer.
doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, that is the beauty of the gel, is that until it hits the UV, you can move it around and do what you like with it, and it will do it. And if you make any mistakes, you just wipe it off.
I didn't cure
The line,
the line that time.
that's all right. Did you manage to get your dots and things
Yeah.
on? That's fine then. I always say, just particularly when you're just starting, if you cure it section by section, because there is nothing worse
yeah, then
than getting really far into the design
Yeah.
and suddenly
And
realising,
start again.
oh, I've made a mistake and have to wipe it all off.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then there are the times when you don't realise that you haven't actually cured it. And you wipe it over.
Or you don't, or maybe you don't realise there's a mistake until you've cured it.
Yeah. But sometimes you can often go over and do things to rectify it anyway. You can go in with more colour and things.
I don't really want to add a third one because
If
I
you don't, yeah,
done
that's
it,
fine.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's enough room.
Cool.
I think mine has too much room in between them.
Doesn't matter.
You see that? Oh wow, look at you.
That's good.
Very nice.
That looks really nice. Yeah, now I think two
It's
words.
enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is mine.
Oh wow, that's it.
Ah, good effort. Well done.
Cute.
I might do one.
I like the
that's
direction you've gone from the slides.
I might do one from the other side, going into that gap,
Mm-hmm.
coming from this bit in the middle,
Yeah.
right there. and going
Yeah.
in.
It's a cool look.
I remember how much I killed that from.
I'm very dizzy.
Concentrating. Okay.
How to decide whether to be shiny or matte.
That's the next big question.
So that bit's that done.
Yep. So, cool. Are you going to finish off with shiny, or are you going to leave it as?
I think I'll leave it as matte, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, next time you just don't kill the dots.
Yes,
before you
that is
put
a
them
vital element.
That
Yes.
is. But
I'm going to try
by
shiny.
having done it, you
Yes.
remember,
Yeah, definitely.
I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make a mistake
Yeah.
to remember that, oh yeah, that's what happens if I do that,
Yeah.
and I won't do it again.
I can't believe how quick it was. Like you couldn't.
Yeah.
It was only in there for a couple of seconds.
I know. All it takes,
Yeah.
and it's already starting.
Yeah.
So it's not all the way cured through, but it's enough for it to not be
Yeah.
movable.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no,
Because on the other ones, you know, you can see
Yeah.
how easy it is to move.
yeah, it's really easy, isn't it? So
Yeah.
nice. Cool.
Thanks.
Did you go with shiny
I
then?
did, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm all done. Mine looks tropical.
It does actually.
Yeah.
It does. I think with your choice of bright green as your base colour as well, it gives it a really sort of tropical look.
And like palm tree like
Yes.
Palm tree vibes, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, because we don't have palm tree vibes outside right now.
No.
I want to do mine shine.
You're going to do shiny as well.
Just shine on, shine on.
Let's see. That's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well done.
Another nice thing that you can do is actually you can kind of layer them once you've done it. You can go over like with a matte top coat again. So you've got like your underneath colours matte, and then your vine design is matte, and then you can go over sort of like almost in between
Yeah.
with the shiny version. So you know there's lots of different things you can do with it to give it a whole different feel.
Yeah, it does like blur it a bit like
Yeah, it softens it a bit.
Oh yeah, I quite like it.
It's nice. That looks good. It does remind me of wisteria.
It does.
There you go. See?
Well done, Emily.
All right. So one last cure. So if you want to make sure, yeah, tops from bottles. Are your brushes and tools wiped off of the gel?
I like
Just put any dirty ones in the middle with that one. That's good.
I want to put some too. I just think. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are those the dirty ones?
Yes. All those in the middle. Lovely. So we're just waiting for.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Well done.
Cute. If you give it a moment, and then you can just wipe over because it'll have a sticky top layer to it. So yeah. So how was that? How did you find it?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear instructions.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, just it's just making sure. I'm trying to get my words, my brain and my mouth to engage together. Yeah, sort of cure it part by part to begin with, but not the dots.
Yes, not the dot.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because then your dots, you can still move the gel that's in the dot. But yeah, you've all done really well. We've got, you know, they all look so different. Cute.
I really like the contrast of the colours.
Yeah, no, I think
It's
it's when you've got such the contrast of the light and the dark, it really does pop. And yeah, you can create so many different looks with it. And yeah, so looks good. So you've got a tropical vibe going on with yours. love the colour and the shape of the teardrop. So they all look completely different
Yeah.
in the different styles. So, you know, just by changing the way the teardrops look, sort of elongating them and things, gives it a completely
You've
different.
I've seen you add dimensions with 2 colours. So
Yeah.
That's the next step, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can, sometimes you can add like a bit of detail to the leaves, as in get a really, really fine brush and a different, slightly different colour and create like the veining
Yeah,
in the vines, or like I said, you can layer by top coating with matte at this stage and then going in with another vine that's sort of shiny, so you sort of see the matte one underneath and it gives it almost in relief.
Yeah,
Which
so
looks
it's
really
almost like when you take a photo and the foreground's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you can use 2 colours, and instead of pulling the dots out, you can actually leave them as dots, bring them a little bit closer to the vine but also closer to each other, and have, say, a lighter colour dot behind with a slightly darker one inside, and it gives you that sort of wisteria-esque
Yeah. Very good.
kind of feel to it. So yeah, I shall just. So you now all know how to apply gel polish and how to do some simple nail art. Does anybody have any questions on what we've done today? Is there anything that you would like clarifying or?
No, I think I'm happy.
Yeah.
No, that's very good, thank you.
You're welcome. So you've got your step-by-steps that you can obviously continue practicing at home.
Yep.
And it is, with any nail art, it is practice. You've all got the basic techniques now, you know how to do it, and it's just a case of practicing, and the more you do it, it'll come, it'll just flow. So yeah, you've got your online feedback forms in with your step-by-step, so any feedback that you'd like to give me, very welcome, and if you've got any questions at any time, you can always get in touch and I will help you out wherever I can.
Okay.
So, has it been enjoyable?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good,
Yeah,
you're
really
welcome. Good. Right, well, class dismissed. So now you can, you can all paint vines on nails wherever you go.
Just got to wear my nails now.
Well, thank you very much, ladies.
I can show Ezra how to do this because she's got a gel nail kit.
Yeah.